morning, Central Illinois, and welcome to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Reed Kamai. It is 8:40 in the morning on the first Thursday of the month. And you know what that means. It's time for the Taylorville Schools Good News segment. And that means this segment is also sponsored by the Taylorville School District, where they promote student success because they're A+. And we are 1 month to the day away from the Taylorville High School prom. And here to talk about all of that and much more are the members of the prom committee. And I'll introduce each of my guests one at a time to help you put a voice to a name. Over to my left, we've got one of the committee members, Sawyer Dempsey. Sawyer, thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you on. And then in the middle, we have another committee member in Hope Kitzman. Hope, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's good to have you on as well. And then to our right, we have the committee advisor and math teacher at Taylorville High School. The latter, I'm certainly a fan of, Cheryl Potter. Cheryl, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Yes, excited to have you folks on. So I mentioned I sort of alluded to the date of the prom, May 2nd. What are the other logistical details folks should know about? Who would like to share?
So the prom is from 7 to 10, and then coronation for the king and queen is at 8 p.m. So anyone of the general public is welcome to come at 8 to see the king and queen be crowned.
Okay, so it is a king and queen. That's how you folks select it. Okay, so you've got that going on, and talk a little bit about the theme for this year and what came of that.
Well, the theme is like a tropic theme. The official name is Aloha After Dark, which is a bit odd considering aloha means hello, so it's basically hello after dark. But
okay,
I digress. But
so it's a tropical theme, Aloha After Dark. So it's all beach and tropical, and it's supposed to just make it. We're going to transform the gym to be like you're in Hawaii.
Okay, and who knows? The weather might even feel that way when it comes around. So that's really cool. The theme that you've got set up. What inspired this as opposed to maybe some other theme?
It's completely student voted. So we have a group of juniors that is completely volunteer based. We, in January, put an announcement out saying anybody who wants to be part of the prom committee can start coming to meetings. And we had about 8 volunteers choose to come. And then we start saying, let's develop a theme. And they start throwing out ideas, and then we put it to a vote, and majority wins. And this is what they decided on. We had quite a few different theme ideas. They had wonderful ideas, and they developed them. They came up with different decorations. They came up with different colors. And by majority vote, they came up with Aloha After Dark. And we're really excited with what they've decided for decorations and for colors. It's going to be pretty amazing.
No, it sounds like it, and I can't wait to see how it looks when the time comes. So you've got the theme there. So you mentioned putting it to a vote. So who was able to vote? Was it just the committee members or?
Yep, it was just the committee members.
Okay.
Because it's open, we invite every single junior to be part of this committee. Once anybody and everybody who decides to be part of this committee, it is the committee's choice to decide on that theme.
Okay. How many folks do you have on the committee?
pretty sure it's me, Hope, Sean Morrison, Nora Thomas, Josephine Durbin, Grace Rogers, and Brooke Bonister, I think.
Yep, we have about 8 people on the committee.
Okay, and plenty of basketball names in there as well.
Yes.
I can tell. So okay, so you got those members in the committee, and so they're the ones who voted on the theme
Correct.
decision. Okay. So yeah, so you've got that. Anything else to share about the theme before we go into any other topics about?
We actually like to keep a lot of it a surprise for the students so that when they arrive during prom, all of the decorations and everything are the first time that they're seeing it. So we're going to kind of keep a lot of that a secret.
Okay. All right. So keeping things a secret and letting the oohing and awing happen when they get there. So I like the thinking there. So there you go with the theme there. In terms of a lot of the other elements of planning for a prom, I'm sure there's a lot that goes into it. What does that look like in terms of what all that is and how you folks go about it in the committee?
So we meet every Thursday morning, and each Thursday we normally take votes on different decisions. So like she said, we decide all the decorations. We decide we have to do the whole ticket process. So that's what we're working on right now. We're doing guest passes and tickets. And then we are also starting the voting process soon because the juniors and seniors vote for the prom court and then eventually vote for king and queen.
Okay, so yeah, a lot going on there with kind of the organizing of that, and yeah, talk about what brought the two of you committee members to the prom committee, and what it is that kind of excites you most about being part of it.
I'll let Hope answer that first because the reason I'm here is kind of goofy.
Okay. All right.
Well, I was a part of prom committee because my sister did it and she truly enjoyed it, and I am a part of student council and I love decorating for homecoming, and so me and the 4 other girls on the committee decided that this was something we really want to do for our junior year.
Okay, so the student council, so they work on homecoming, and then the
Yes.
separate committee does prom. Okay, so you kind of divide that up in terms of all of that. And then as for you, Cheryl Potter, what kind of inspired you to be involved in this?
So this is going on year 10 for me for being a prom advisor, and it is just something that I truly enjoy because I get to see students outside of the classroom. I get to see them being creative. I get to see them working together in a different capacity than a classroom, to see them not only in sports and in clubs, but it's a completely different mix of students that normally wouldn't mix together, working together to achieve this amazing thing that they put together. The gym completely transforms into something that you wouldn't recognize as a gymnasium. And the thrill of seeing everybody walk in and just go, this is amazing. And it's completely student-led, completely student decision-based. We, as the sponsors, have no say in any of the decisions. It's all them. It's all based on what they decide. That's why I love to do what I do.
Okay, no, that is super cool for all of you getting to be involved in that. Talk a little bit about the time commitment that's involved, because you're getting near the end of the year and all that comes with. What's that like, and how have you been able to kind of make it all happen?
Well, it would depend on which aspect we're taking our time on, because I took a lot of time with the posters I made and the original theme I want to do, which I'm not going to disclose what that is because it's not really that important to this. But one poster I made, which you might, if you're a student listening to this or watching on the camera next to me, you might have seen it, the one with the weird horse holding the camera. I made that one and a few others that are a little bit more detailed. But I took the horse one was a little bit easier to make, but the one with some of the other ones were a bit harder to take because I had to fix stuff every 5 seconds, mess with stuff because I'm not very experienced with Canva, but I tried my best. But I'm very proud of the posters I made. Granted, some of them I put in the bathrooms because I wasn't that proud of them. Other ones, like the horse one, I put in certain places. Like one's on my locker, one's by Miss Stevens' room. If you have her putting in classes, you'll know who I'm talking about. And I put one, I'm not going to disclose the location, but I put a specific spot specifically so someone else could see it and be like, huh, that's funny.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so you were involved in the posters there. Hope, how about for you? How what's the time commitment been like, and how have you made it all happen?
So yeah, it is a big time commitment, but like he said, we do a little bit of it outside. So all the posters, we make those on our own. And with it being in the mornings, it works really well for me because I do play a spring sport. But then we also, on the Friday before prom, we are all out decorating. So we are out of class on Friday and we decorate because that is the only time we A, can get the gym, and then B, all be in there at that time. So that is probably our biggest time commitment because we have so many decorations to build in less than 12 hours to make the gym transform into prom.
So Friday, May 1st, sounds like the gym is closed, closed for business while you folks work on all of that. And then, Cheryl, what about for you? What's the time commitment like?
It's a little bit more detailed than the students. We make sure that their commitment on the day of prom is none, because we want them to, as the committee, completely enjoy the day of prom as a student rather than a committee member. So their job, their volunteer hours as a committee member ends on that Friday. So on Saturday, that's where our advisor really kicks in because we're there all day making sure that the decorations are still up, making sure that the water is ready, making sure all the tickets are there. So our job is a lot more behind the scenes. It's pretty much year round because we're thinking of what's our budget, where are the tickets, do we have everything? So our time commitment's a little bit more, but again, because it's all student-based and student-led, come January when the committees form, their job really takes off, their votes really take off, and our job kind of comes to the backgrounds until that Saturday when they get to be students, they get to enjoy prom, and we kind of take over again.
All right, so that's how it's all laid out ahead of the prom. Again, May 2nd, and the theme this year, Aloha After Dark. Sawyer Dempsey, Hope Kitzman, prom committee members, and Cheryl Potter, the committee advisor at Taylorville High School, are joining me now on the WTIM Morning Show's Taylorville Schools Good News segment. Let's take a break. We'll keep talking about this when we come back here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Here's Cousin Bill from Illinois Paving.
Driveway problems? Are you tired of wasting money on the cheap fix that never lasts for your driveway? If you want your driveway fixed correctly and you're looking for the best bang for your buck, not just a cheap overnight fix, call Cousin Bill at Illinois Paving. We're not always the cheapest, but we feel like the extra money you pay is going into your driveway and not just our pocket. If you want the best bang for your buck and extra material in your driveway, call Cousin Bill at Illinois Paving, 788-7777.
When it comes to connecting with America's farmers and ranchers, nothing beats the authentic voice of Ag Radio. Farm broadcasters have been the voice of rural America since 1944, building trusted relationships with agricultural producers across generations. Today, the network of over 140 Ag radio stations reaches farmers and ranchers during their most productive hours when they're actively working their operations and making business decisions. What makes Ag Radio uniquely effective? Farmers listen to farm broadcasters for information that directly impacts their livelihood. When your message is delivered alongside crucial weather updates, market reports, and agricultural news, it receives the same attention and credibility. Farm Radio Connects offers agricultural advertisers targeted access to this engaged audience through professionals who understand both broadcasting and agriculture. According to the National Association of Farm Broadcasting, 78% of farmers consider information from farm broadcasters highly trustworthy. When you need to reach rural America effectively, choose the voices they already trust. Visit IllinoisFarmRadio.com and discover how Ag Radio can elevate your agricultural marketing strategy.
Protect your identity and clear the clutter at First National Bank in Taylorville's Community Shred event. Hi, this is Stephanie Longden, HR Administrator for First National Bank in Taylorville. Join us Saturday, April 4th from 9 to noon in our large East Side parking lot located at 322 West Main Cross. What's even better? You don't have to be a customer. Everyone's invited to safely shred sensitive documents. That's Saturday, April 4th, 9 to noon at First National Bank in Taylorville. Shredding made safe and simple.
March in Forsyth keeps you on your toes. A little snow, a little sunshine, a reminder that change is coming. Maybe this is your season for change too. At Hickory Point Garden Homes, you can enjoy the comfort of your own one-story duplex without the worries of maintenance, repairs, or seasonal chores. Just a quiet community, friendly neighbors, and a place that truly feels like home. Visit Hickory Point Garden Homes and discover worry-free, comfortable living for 55 and better.
Great news, Christian County. The Christian County Health Department now offers low-cost lab draws. Need their number? Just click their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Your Christian County Health Department, working for a healthier future.
At First National Bank in Taylorville, switching banks isn't a hassle. It's easy by real people who care. Find out why they've been first every time for over 70 years by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. The show is sponsored by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, landmark of Taylorville, and in the case of this particular segment, the Taylorville School District, where they promote student success because they're A+. And I say that last part because this is the monthly Taylorville Schools Good News segment, and we're talking all things Taylorville High School prom with two members of the THS prom committee, Sawyer Dempsey and Hope Kitzman, along with the committee's advisor, Cheryl Potter. And we spent the first segment talking about the theme and other elements of organizing the prom for this year and, well, generally for any year. So The prom again happening May 2nd from 7 to 10. Coronation is at 8, and I understand the coronation is open to the public. Is that true?
Absolutely. So again, the doors for the students will open at 7, but we do invite every member of the public to come and see the coronation. Coronation does start at 8 o'clock. We'll start letting everybody from the public in about 7:45, 7:50. They'll head up to the bleachers just like they're coming to see any sporting event, and be able to watch coronation from start to finish and find out who this year's prom king and queen are. They will, of course, also see last year's prom king and queen give their crown over to this year's prom king and queen. But 7:45 is when we'll open those doors to the public to see the coronation at 8 p.m.
That is exciting that you are able to welcome in the community for that. How many people have you gotten in the past around?
It's usually a lot of the parents that come and watch to see not only their students, but other students that they know who are on the court. But it's fun to see who walks in the door, because sometimes it's parents of students who have graduated. Sometimes it's just community members that we see at typical sporting events who are just excited that these students are part of something. And that is one of the reasons that we really want the community to be there, because it is a community event. I mean, it is something that we want to encourage and highlight our students for.
Okay, no, that is exciting, and yeah, just a great way for folks to take in the experience that maybe they had many years ago, or maybe they didn't, and they want to live vicariously through the folks who are, and I would certainly get that, but yeah, so the coronation open to the public happening at 8 o'clock. In terms of tickets for those who are attending the prom, what should folks know about that?
So the prom is for seniors and juniors and their guests, and tickets are $20. If you have the incentive, they're $15, and they will go on sale the week before prom. And if you are bringing a guest, there's information going to be in the announcement soon, so please listen for that. And we will have them on sale in the cafeteria and then in the main foyer area.
Okay, so that's how to get the tickets for the prom in May. And then I understand you folks have a social media presence. To talk a little bit about that and what folks can expect from it.
Yeah, we have an Instagram handle, which is at @THS_ with prom26. No caps on it, because people could. I'm one of those people that would think it's all caps, but it's not. But it's run by Josephine Durbin, but she's more tech savvy than I am, so hence why she's running it. I was one to run it, but it's better she runs it because I'm not the smartest one on the committee.
Josephine does a great job. She also runs a lot of the social medias for some of the other organizations she's involved in. So she was kind of the one to take over the Instagram for us as well. So,
well, yeah, social media is a big thing, and it sounds like you have the presence there. So great that you have that as well on social media. I'll tell you what, we're coming in on the last minute. I'd love to know from each of you, what is the most rewarding part about being involved in the planning for the prom?
I would say definitely, I think I'm looking forward to most is on Friday when we finally see all the decorations that we've ordered and they're all together, and just the gym is going to be completely transformed, because it is a long process and you're hoping the stuff that you order looks just like you have pictured in your head. And I think Friday will be the most rewarding day.
Okay, nice. So you're talking about the day before the prom?
Yes, once we get it all built.
Okay, awesome. So that's from Hope. What about you, Sawyer?
It varies from me. Yes, the main reason is because I wanted to impress a girl I like, but I'm kind of moving away from that and just wanting to be like, hey, I'm just doing this for the sake of the school. Mm-hmm. But even because I'm the odd man out of the committee at times.
All right. So yeah, no, it's nice to hear from you about all of that. Sawyer Dempsey, Hope Kitzman, to Taylorville High School prom committee members, Cheryl Potter as well, the committee advisor. Thank you three for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for listening here on the WTIM Morning Show on your information station. This has been, of course, the monthly Taylorville Schools Good News segment. Stay tuned. We'll have more from the WTIM Morning Show coming up in just a little bit.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville.
96.1 FM Taylorville.
107.5 FM Shelbyville.
107.9 FM Pina Nokomis.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall.